Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and in the last video I was preparing for a new express service, so making sure that the lines were upgraded, making sure that the new speed limit signs were up, the connections were correct, the station was ready. I suppose I've spent the last two videos doing that for an express service to run all the way from Bracknell right the way through to Sudbury, which would be calling at Ely and Berwick-upon-Tweed, so only two stations in between, four stations out of, let me think, how many stations would there be? One, two, so it's, and this is not how a line in the UK actually is, because these places are all over the place in reality, but we had Bracknell, Carnforth, Macclesfield, Ely, West Mersey, Berwick-upon-Tweed, Downham Market, Croydon, Batley, Stratford-upon-Avon, or Stratsford, and Sudbury. So out of the 11, it only stops at 4, two of them being its termini. So that was what I did in the last couple of videos. However, in this video, the original plan was to have a ride-along with the old train running from Croydon back up to Bracknell. But having looked at the speeds, having looked at what is currently available, it appears that might not be such a great idea. And the reason for that is because any train that I replace it with can only do pretty much the speed that the current trains can do. Slightly better acceleration, but not by much. It is probably going to have a 3% improvement, which 3 to 5% improvement, which is great, but not the sort of improvement that perhaps warrants a ride along and warrants the trains being replaced at this particular juncture. So what I'm going to do instead is build a new station over here in Taunton. Now Taunton is going to be the terminus of the commuter service, as well as probably another service that I'm planning further along. Go back a few episodes if you want to hear that. The end of episode 144 perhaps? I think the end of episode 144, for about 5-10 minutes I describe all the different plans that I have for additional lines, so do go check that out if you are interested. But for this, I'm going to have a similar-ish station to the other one, but also I'm going to reply to or respond to a few comments that have been on my recent videos, or on the videos overall, and to all of those people who are commenting, thank you very much. It is actually really useful, and I am actually learning a lot about railways of the early 20th century, which some of the things that I did know and other things that I did not know. So let's get started. I'll respond to those comments in kind on the video, and let's build a new station over in Taunton. So, for this, a couple of things first to note. First off, I've tried to fix the flickering issue. I hope that it is fixed. If not, I do apologise, but I am trying to keep an eye out on my recording screen to see if there is anything happening. I do hope that it is very limited or nothing, ideally. So I just thought I'd point that out before I continue. And let me now do something else before I make this station. You see, for me to be able to run the trains that I want to run, this express line, I need to actually see what sort of timings we have. So what I need to do is, how do I do this? Like that. Oh, no, yes, eventually, but wait, if I pause this, it will work better. There we are. Now if I do that. Okay. So, what I need to do is rearrange this line a little. And unfortunately, this is going to knock some of the timings. It's going to knock some of the timings out. But hopefully it will not be too bad. So what I want to do is go to the timetable, go to the lines, find the express line, and clear the Croydon one. So delete all of Croydon's. So no timetable. That is it. Right. Then what I need to do... No, that was wrong. I should not have done that, because we know when we're getting to Croydon. That was a mistake. So it takes 7 minutes, let's say 8 minutes to get to Croydon. So I will do that again. So say 18 minutes and depart at 19 minutes. And I will generate 4 per hour to generate the rest. No, that hasn't worked, because for some reason the 19 minutes one did not work. There we go. That is better. Okay. That one is in. What I then need to do is, this is actually the return ones that I need to ignore for now. So it is going to be this one that I need to put no timetable to. That's one I need to put no timetable. Generate that, please. An error just occurred. Oh dear. Well, that's that game done. I'll go back in and be back in a moment. Or 3. Okay, I am back. Hopefully this does not crash when I try to update the track or change the track. Let's have a look. So, what I need to do is change Croydon's one first to go straight to Sudbury and then delete Croydon, which is going to mess around with the timetable a little. I should have deleted, I did not need the station. Croydon station was not required. Right, so this can go into platform 3. There we are. And then Croydon can be deleted. So the reasoning behind this is that if I have this running, I can start getting the times, the journey times, and that will enable me to be able to work and figure out the timetable. So for example, that is, I'm not sure how that is still working because Croydon no longer exists. There we are. So what I need to do is delete, let's delete Sudbury's one and just put Early's back to that time. So whatever time they get to it, that is the time they are aiming at to bring us back to Bracknell correctly. I think this one was supposed to be what was this? 2 and 5 I think I had on this. So I'm just going to add that back in with 4 of them generated. So yes, the one that, there we go, that one would then arrive as early, say 11 minutes later. It didn't take 11 minutes, I think it took 9 minutes at most, but it gives us a little bit of extra. So maybe that will work, and I can leave that doing what it needs to do. Right, now that is done, I will leave that playing, which should be okay down over here. It should not be lagging. I think I need a new computer. Or new processor anyway. The rest of my computer's fine. So I suppose I need a new motherboard. If I need a new processor. Okay. Plan for the station. I have some options. This station has to get bigger. But the only way for this station to get bigger is going to be either a really sharp turn, like extremely sharp, or I build another station at this sort of angle, which is what I think I prefer to do. I certainly prefer to do that. Now, I wanted to keep the Great Western style one, but I think I have an idea on how I'm going to do this. So, let's try and do orange brick. I think the orange brick does work best. And the length of the platforms, presently I think 160 meters will be perfectly fine. So maybe I should do that. I could have it on the side. And around, no. Because if I do this, this is just not going to give me a large enough station, unfortunately. And that is the problem, although I could do that. I will work this out. I just need a moment to figure it out. And I think 4 platforms would be fairly reasonable over here. And I'd like this to be... It's a shame that, unlike Transports Fever 1, we cannot have curved stations. So that was excellent. I think I would like to... I think I need to pull this back to about there. So that is what I'm going to do. 4 platforms, let me think. 1 Sudbury to Taunton stopping service, that is 1 platform. The second platform will be the commuter service, and then say there was another 2 commuter service, so that would be the 3rd and 4th platform. I think that is fairly reasonable, and if I have another service coming in here, that should work. So let me aim this reasonably. Let's do that. Yes, that appears to work. Now you're probably wondering, why have I done that and then done that? Because what I can do is now I can just pick up one of these passenger buildings. Which passenger building? Which one is this? No idea. Oh, I know which ones these are. Probably should have one with brown trim if it is. I mean, that could look okay, right? Would this look okay next to it though? No. That is unfortunate. This is also in the wrong place. How do I get that bang on in the middle? I cannot. Then I cannot have this one. Not in that fashion. This one... Oh, none of them stay in the middle. Right. How will I do this then? I'm okay with this, sort of. It isn't perfect, but it is relatively close. We do still have the steps. There's nothing I can do about that. This appears to work. What is this? have no idea what this is. But... okay. Malden East. Malden East. Rightio. Not going to worry about that just yet. What I'm going to worry about is not going to be the station at all. I'm now going to worry about the road. I'm just thinking maybe I should do this and actually have the station at this little weird angle. The station is too low. Ah! Right, that is a problem. Wait, no, that is not a problem. I remember. Here we go. Move it tool. Lift it up. 1. How much more do I need to lift this up? Another 1. How do I select it now? It says completed. What does that do? Reset? No. Cross? No, that wasn't it. It's still selected. Lift it up another 1. Please. No. Absolute. How do I select this again? Is it that? Reset. No? Relative? Click? Reset? Select. There we are. Sorry, green. Sometimes green means select, so this is better. Okay. That is now at the height I want it to be. Okay. Then I bring this down and just smooth this out a little. That is looking okay. I figure out exactly what this is. Is it gravel? Or could I actually put something else? Will it override? It does. I think this is an importance override. This is a very important override, actually. I think I also want to make this a much more... a much harsher brake, so I will do that. Oh look, that actually looks rather decently done. Now the only thing I have to do is figure out how to prevent anything from growing, or any buildings from being built right here. That is all I have to figure out. How do I do that? I think I know how. We have benches, right? Bench. Great Western style, here we are. Ground. Back, single, no, let's do double. I don't know what that width... Is that the width? I don't know what that is. But, if I line this up... Let's have some seating out here. Which way would the seating be? Probably that way. Oh, the width is its offset. Okay. Excellent. This should surely stop anything from growing in this area. There we are. That doesn't look too bad. I could also try and find a fence of some sort. Now the problem is that the fence that I want is not available. And that is this picket fence right here. Which would look a little bit like this, I suppose. This is not the fence style that I want. Maybe... Is that not giving me anything? No, this gives me something. Oh, those are the fence. Those are the benches. Oh, hang on. Hang on, hang on. I have very much just started redesigning the stations. If only I could get rid of those bollards. Bollards are not post. Would it go under posts? Oh, a post box. Of course, we're at a railway station. We have to have a post box. Pop a post box in. This station is probably looking more detailed than any other station I have ever built. And it is not even an important station. Well, what I'm going to do is actually get this connection up now. Because nothing is running. These trains are effectively stopped. For now. So, what I need to do is... Oh, actually, there is something else I need to do. I need to ensure that these tracks are correct tracks. 15 miles per hour. So I will go to 15 tracks. 15, I said. There we are. So I must remember that any terminus station has a 15 mile per hour track. And that is the plan. Should I create another line? No, this will be okay. And from this place, perhaps 25 mile per hour track. So if I take this out, how am I going to do this? That bit is in the middle, so perhaps if I do that, just trying to get this roughly in the middle. How far is that? That was not bad at all. So I should be able to now do that. It's just slightly off. And it is a little bit annoying that it is slightly off. You can see just how slightly off it is, but I need this to be right. Maybe if I just do this. Maybe that will just help. Okay. But is that parallel? No. Oh, there is a tool I have. But I've never used it. Where is it? That's one. So, I lined this up to be parallel with the track, which that looks like it is. And then if I just mark up exactly where I want this, I've never used this tool and I cannot read. I think that might be Romanian or Polish perhaps. So unfortunately I am just trying to work this out without being able to read nor understand the language. But to the person who created this particular mod, thank you, because it is actually excellent. Okay, please work now. If it doesn't, I'm just going to leave it as it is. No, I still haven't managed to get that right. Why? It's very close. What am I doing wrong? Okay. New plan. This is not going to work. Change of plan. This will help. Right. That gives me the parallel. Now all I have to do is figure out where to start. There, maybe. Okay, just try and ensure that this remains parallel in the best fashion possible. I think that might be parallel. Should have used that mod again. It's okay. There and there. Delete those. Delete up to there. Maybe that still isn't quite right, but it is much better. It's almost there. That will do. That will have to do. Right, and then for this, it's going to be a similar-ish sort of way of doing this, but I will have... So I want to have 4 tracks. 4 tracks I think is going to be important just in this area. And I would like to join this up to there, which is not going to... Oh, there we go. That sort of works. Okay. This isn't the best because of the way this angle is. But I will figure it out. Because what I'm then going to do is... I think Kingsbridge is still running. So if I get this train, this is what I'm going to do. You're going to continue running. Sudbury to Taunton route is about to change because this station is no longer there. In fact, it is now going to be that station. So what I'm going to do is have this go up, turn around, come back. That is the plan. You. turn around. There you are. And that allows me to destroy... Start off by destroying these. Where'd that sign disappear? It's just been pinged off into space. Interesting. Now, regarding some of the comments that were left, one of the comments was, or a couple of comments were about the trees. And actually, the fact that the trees would not have been that close in the Steam era due to how the sparks from particular trains would have caused issues, or could have potentially caused issues. That was something I had not considered. I did not know that the sparks were not looked after or looked out for. So I did not consider that. Let's bring this to 50. So thank you for those who have left those comments. What I'm going to do is I will try to avoid putting in more trees for the time being until I get to maybe the 1930s and 40s. So that will allow me to maybe somewhat make that a little bit more realistic. So that is the plan there. Could I just make this 4-track just from here? Maybe that is my best option. I think that might be the best option. Other comments were about Farringdon, or the Farringdon station, and my incline over in Sudbury. A lot of people saying that, yeah, keep it, it's a feature. So I think I shall. I'm not going to put a cliff on. There was a suggestion of having a cliff side. Perhaps not. What I will have to do, though, is somebody did mention that it is a little steep, and remember that there were electric engines, or the electric trains going to Farringdon, not steam engines, and steep inclines had banking engines. So what I'm thinking is maybe I'll have a siding and put some banking engines in quotations. Maybe I'll put some banking engines and see what I can do to make them look reasonable. So how would this work? So you have come in. You're coming in on this platform. You want one of those two. So you probably want, let's say, perhaps 25 miles per hour from here. Let's see if this works. I've done this once before and it worked, so maybe, yes it does. There we are. Now the question is can I slip these? Yes I can. That is what I was after. For trains going into their various platforms. So let's say from this point it is going to be 25 miles per hour. Actually, I suppose I could do that from there. And mark that in already. Just put that sign in very quickly. Where was it? Now I need to check. It's just there. And we would be coming in on this side, so probably put a second sign there. Actually, adjust that sign. All lines. Same thing for this one. All lines. There we are. Okay, some neatening will be required of this, but for now this is getting to a point where it looks a little better. and then 25, 25, 25, and 25 there, all the way up to this point where it is. Let's do 25 outbound. There we are. 25, 25, and in 15. For all 4 platforms. There we are. That doesn't look too bad. Another thing I want to do is pop some ballast in. 5 paint ballast, because I do not want this grass here instead. If you're wondering why I have kept that train, why am I holding that train, and indeed there is another train I'm holding on the other side, why I'm holding the trains, it is because I'm going to be destroying Kingsbridge station soon, and thus those trains will not be able to run regardless. So that is why I'm holding those. There is a bus replacement, a rail replacement service, I believe, is there a rail replacement service in operation? Yes, there is the rail replacement. So I have not just got rid of the route and decided that is it. I have put the rail replacement in. Okay, that is looking much better. That sign, Taunton to Stratford. That line is being retired, so I'm going to put an R on that, like so. Manage the line, and I'm actually just going to remove. Well, actually, I'll just remove all of it. We know where it went, so I'm just going to put nothing on it. There we are. No warnings. That is a retired line. Okay. Any further detail I can put over on this? I could put trees and things like that, fencing. That can come a little later because I want to maybe build up some roads. In fact, let me do that. Let me look at building up some roads down the side of this. Curved road, please. Despite some of the issues of Transport Fever 2, laying out roads in it is so much easier than City Skylines 2, and that is saying something. Maybe just connect that up there. I could put a bus station here. Move that bus station over to this side. Could be interesting. Or just a bus stop. Just some bus stops. So let me just build that up like that. And I might do something in that area. Good. That seems to be reasonable. And I think that is actually a good time to end this video. Get rid of that tree. Before I end, let's have a look at the timetable and figure out if anything managed to make its way to Sudbury. Something did, but has decided not to update the times, or has it? No. Times are not being updated. I will have to figure that out at a later date. This viaduct is going to change. In fact, all of this is probably going to end up changing. With regards to some of the trees, I have pushed them a little further back because I did not want them too close. So maybe that will help a little. But I shall have to see. Yes, this station is the one that is going. because this is a wrong, or it isn't going to work. What I need to do is put the station about here. And just out of curiosity, if I do look at station, in terms of size, it is not that far off. It's just that the station would need to be... See, if I place it in like that with 4 tracks, it will work so much better than it currently does. Break that road and make a different junction, and I think it will just work. Or even, in fact, probably better to break that road. I will see. That will have to happen in another episode. I just want to see whether a train ever managed to reach over here. Nobody's waiting for the train, but oh well, that is a really steep incline. No matter which way I try to look at it and try to figure out, is there any way to improve it, there just is not. Unless, as I mentioned before, I push this right the way back. But, oh well. That is how I've done that. These trees could probably catch fire. It's okay. In this world, we had spark arresters, and the risk of fire had been mitigated. What I do need to do, though, is take a screenshot. So, let's just give away what I've done, but people want to see how I've done it and how I've gone about building it, then they can watch the video, just like you have. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Any suggestions you might have, I will certainly try to make things I'll certainly try to make things better in every way, but certain things, like for example the trees, I cannot go back and delete everything, but I might go around doing some deletion and see if that helps. So I do appreciate the comments. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon, link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. That is all from me. People are going to a station for a train that is not going to leave. I do apologise. And I shall see you next time in Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series.